Tēnā tātou katoa, good evening. Well, it may be a new year, but there's one thing that won't be changing anytime soon, and that's soaring inflation.
Well, cost of living pressures are easing in some countries. The leading economist here is warning Kiwis to prepare for more pain at the checkout. Here's Zane Small.
John Murphy's business produces about half of New Zealand's garlic, but it's getting tougher to grow these tasty veggies, forcing the family business to push up their prices.
Our family business has been under major pressure over the last year, and that's been mainly because of weather conditions, and so we've really suffered. Our production was down by about 50% last year. So while we had record prices, we lost hundreds of thousands of dollars as a family.
And Murphy's is not alone. Data analysed by Foodstuffs and Infometrics shows average cost increases from grocery suppliers to supermarkets rose 10.6% in the year to December. And produce supplier costs made up the vast majority, increasing by 24%.
The very poor weather that we've been having recently is contributing, alongside the likes of higher labour costs, higher fertiliser and fuel costs as well.
Those increased costs get passed on to supermarkets, who then pass it on to consumers, which helps explain why grocery prices are so high. Fruit and vegetable prices last month were up 20% compared to the previous year, and unfortunately those increases are tipped to continue.
We do expect that there is further increases to come when it comes to produce prices.
A view shared by ANZ Bank.
When you look at the start of 2023, we've already seen the egg shortage, we've seen the ex-tropical cyclone damaging harvests, and we've got that underlying pressure on the labour market driving up costs as well. All of that means that we very much see the risks around food prices being to the upside.
Inflation is easing in some countries. The US rate fell from 7.1% in November to 6.5% last month. But Finn Robinson says it'll be a slower process for New Zealand.
The real sort of difference between New Zealand and some of the other countries is we've seen this reopening of the tourism sector, and that's really added extra pressure into an already stretched labour market, which means we expect to see that inflation pulse last a little bit longer.
Kiwis want fresh, healthy food, and they've told us that with their buying as well, so we hope they keep supporting us.
Hard times being felt by all.
Well, kia ora, Zane. We're going to get an update this week on food price inflation. What can you tell us?
Yes, that's right. On Thursday, Statistics New Zealand will release the latest food price index for December. Now, as you saw in my report, economists do expect that food prices will have increased again. Both of them do not think inflation will ease in New Zealand until at least the middle of this year. So food prices are tipped to keep increasing for now. In the meantime, the Reserve Bank is basically engineering a recession to try and bring down inflation by pushing up interest rates. Another official cash rate hike is expected on February 22nd. Sam.
Okay, thanks for the update, Zane.